Hi, today we're going to look at a rhythm called Baião. Baião is a rhythm from Brazil, from the northeast of Brazil, that's closely associated with the state of Pernambuco. Now, commonly the Baião is played in a trio setting with a large 20-inch bass drum, shallow, called the zabumba, with a triangle, and with an accordion. Today we're going to look at how we can apply the rhythms that are played on the zabumba and the triangle to the drum set. So we're going to start with the zabumba. It's a shallow drum, as we said, played with one mallet and one stick. I'm going to start the metronome and count off the zabumba part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we see besides the rhythm part of it, there's a tonal change with the drum where you hit the main stroke, the downbeat, as an open tone and the and of 2 as a dead stroke. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that is the zabumba part. We're going to be applying the zabumba part on the bass drum and snare drum. So when we're playing the bass drum, we're going to try to affect that tonal change by playing the bass drum open and then pressing into the skin to raise the pitch. The bass drum alone, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... There's our zabumba part. You could practice that separately, and then we're going to see how it comes together with our other part, which is the triangle. So to demonstrate the triangle, I have a traditional triangle here for playing Baião, which is made from rebar. And I'm going to put our metronome on. The triangle part is continuous with dead strokes or muffled strokes on beat 1 and 3, and 2 and 4 and are all ringing. 1, 2, 3, 4. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So to simulate the triangle part, what we're going to do is play the hi-hat on beat 1 and 3 with our feet, closing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And all the other strokes of continuous eighth notes with our drumstick. So we have our two parts, the triangle part and the zabumba part. Let's see how they both sound together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's take a look at how we can go about learning this rhythm in a logical way. First thing, with the feet only, they're going to hit the downbeat, beat 1 together. 1, 2, and of 2 is going to be the closed stroke on the bass drum. So 1 and 2 and then beat 3 on the hi-hat. So the 2 feet together, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Feet only. Let's try the feet only with the hi-hat hand playing and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and... Next, we could see how the two hands fit together, the triangle part and just the stick part of the zabumba part. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So my suggestion, because some parts of this rhythm are very unusual for drum set players, first of all, to be playing the ride cymbal in this manner, where you're only playing and 2 and 4 and. These three strokes are not the typical three strokes that would be chosen in a quick pattern. Usually you'd hear beat 1 and then 2 and, like this, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, or 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2. But in this case, we're playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So it's a little bit something that you have to get used to. Now, when we're putting this all together, there's a few different ways we can apply it. The most closely related typical way is to play the hi-hat and to play the rim shot. You could also play on the hi-hat and play a regular snare drum beat. You could put your right hand on the ride cymbal, keep your right hand on the snare drum and get this part. Or you could stay on the ride cymbal and go back to your rim shots. And you have a combination of the very ringing ride cymbal with the very dry rim shot. So there's your introduction to the Baião. Hopefully you move the tempo up, and the Baião can be played in a variety of different tempos. We want to be able to get it so we can play it pretty fast. Here's 170. Here's 180. Here's, we'll just move it to 200 just to get. So good luck with learning the Baião. I'm sure you're going to do really well. And in our next lesson, I will show you some variations for the zabumba to create the Baião so it's a little bit more fluid, not repeating the same pattern, but having some other phrasing in the bass drum. So thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you again soon.